Financial Counselling Victoria has received some funding over the last few years from the Victorian Government, and we've been working in the area of unpaid carer supports and also supports for people who are experiencing challenges with their mental health and wellbeing. And we've done a lot of co-work with other organisations who work more closely with these sectors of our community. And therefore, by working together, we've co-developed a lot of resources and ideas and entry points to help build a better connection between the work that those people are doing with people who need it and the kind of support they might need around their financial situation. So we've brought all of these resources together in a libraries outreach program. We've recognised that libraries, public libraries, connect with many people in the community, that we and the partner organisations we've been working with, the same people that we all want to make connection with, or we want them to be aware of the services and supports we offer. So our libraries outreach program is presented here today, and the purpose of this little video is to introduce you to it.
Julie and the Debt Monster has a number of activities and installations that you might like to use in your library. One of those is Money Explorer, which is an online adventure and learning tool which we have developed through our partnership with Little Dreamers, and it's really designed for young people between the ages of 14 and 25. So the way that Money Explorer works is that the user will see this screen first, and the first thing they have to do is select their rocket, which, as you can see, I've got a red rocket to start, but there's more. And then from this screen, this is where the user starts to learn about their rocket, which is their budget, but also starts to learn about the whole concept of the moneyverse and starts to discover the secrets of money management. Once they're ready, they can click the X, and then they start scrolling through the moneyverse, visiting planets that are different money systems and concepts in our world. They visit asteroids, which are potential risks that they may or may not like to engage with. Our lovely Debt Monster, who's a mascot throughout the Julie and the Debt Monster series. You'll see that they also discover satellites, which represent people that they might come across in their travels as a person with a budget. And finally, astronauts, who are support services. And whenever they get to something that they're particularly interested in, perhaps support for carers is one of those, they can click the Land Here button, and then they can find more information about that system, support, risk, whatever that may be. And when they scroll to the bottom, they can get further resources and links external to our Money Explorer program. As well as Money Explorer, Julie and the Debt Monster also has another whole series of activities and resources that you might want to use in your library. For example, we have the Julie and the Debt Monster book, which we've developed from a series of blog posts that we produced with our partner Little Dreamers. This little book also matches a series of 7 installations that you might choose to download, print off, and then put up in your library. And these can also be accompanied by a scavenger hunt if you choose. We also have a series of fun activities and craft exercises. For example, we have some colouring sheets for younger library visitors. We have some badge making templates for younger and older library users. And we have instructions for crocheting your own Debt Monster, who features very heavily in all of the Julie and the Debt Monster programs. And you can see that we have a range of different Debt Monsters here to show you just what you can do with that pattern. We also have some flyers that you can put up in your library, including one that provides access to audio recordings of the Julie and the Debt Monster stories, and another flyer to assist young people in identifying whether they might be a young carer themselves. We have another fact sheet here that we produced with Little Dreamers as part of their job readiness project that has a whole range of different services and resources that might be of use to young people who are just starting out in their first job. And we also have some book lists here as well that you might like to use in your library for people who are looking for further resources about money and finances and financial literacy as well.
Of course, libraries also have older people coming through their doors, and some of our projects, we've developed resources that will be used for older members of our communities. So we have a really good self-assessment tool, checklist, so that people could have a look through to see on different financial issues, some questions so that they can think about how they're managing and if they might need some support. We've done some work with a lovely project that was started down in the southwest of our state by an elder abuse prevention network, where they took the theme of warm, safe homes. There's a template available so that a group might like to have an activity where they make a warm, safe home and they can put remarks, comments on it about what a warm, safe home means to them. And so there's resources there for discussion leaders, and like I said, the template to cut out the house and make it. There's also a list of in-reach connections, so that if you were running a discussion group about a particular topic, there's some good hints there about services in the community that you might like to request a speaker from and get some resources from.
So all of these activities that Julie just mentioned comprise the Older and Wiser Standing Strong program. This has been designed especially for older library users. So not only do we have the activities, which are really good hands-on way for them to get involved, we also have some resources that you can share directly with library users. And this is because we understand that you're not an expert on money and financial services in the same way that financial counsellors are. So it's because of this that we've given you some very reliable pieces of information that you can refer to when talking to your library user, or you can actually hand to them directly. So as part of this, we've developed these range of quick guides. They cover lots of different topics that people often want to know more about. So we provide information about accessing the service, and these are accompanied by videos that have been translated into 10 different languages.
One of the things that we are aware of is that a lot of community members, especially with the rising cost of living, are experiencing money pressures they've never experienced before, and they're asking in libraries, what can I do about this? Or they're talking about it to a librarian just in the passing, because it's a safe space and they feel they can speak about it. And one of the things that we've provided on this, in this group of resources is a little prospectus on how you might choose to host a financial counselling clinic in your location. And this would mean that you would have somebody who was a qualified professional who could work with someone and is covered by a legislative framework to work with someone on these kinds of money problems. It's a way of getting someone the help they need without having to cross a lot of rivers yourself. So we were hoping that that would also be useful to people. So thanks for looking at our resources today. We're really excited about them and excited to share them with you. We also have the cross-generational aspect, because older people can even show young people how to make a little debt monster, and can also play with a lot of these younger resources as well. For me, I like the colouring. Thank you.